Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to L Dubs Boxing. Back with another one. So, I got some quick news and notes I want to touch on. I got four topics, I want to get into. But of course, if you guys got any questions, feel free. I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. So we're gonna get to it. Also, before I do that, y'all can follow me on my social media: Twitter at OverJ, Instagram at L Dubs Boxing. All right, now I'm gonna get to it. So. Yes, sir. So my first one, this is a big one. This is big time news. So the IBF, or excuse me, the WA, I mean, excuse me, I messed up already. The WO, they had kind of gave leeway for this fight to happen. Undisputed, the rematch. We seen the first fight in July, Jamel Charlo versus Bryan Castano. So we need the sanctioning bodies to kind of step aside so we can allow this fight because both guys got mandatories. So the WO was like, yeah, we cool with it. What I'm saying, we're gonna step aside. What I'm saying, because they got a mandatory Tim Zoo. So instead of ordering him to face off against Castano, which would mess up the rematch. So they cool with it. So they're gonna hold that off. So they was waiting for the IBF. Now the IBF, they haven't came out with nothing like official, but they're gonna go through with the same process as a WO. So we're gonna get undisputed rematch. You know what I'm saying, between these two guys. It was a hell of a fight, one of the better fights of the year. You know what I'm saying? It was a draw, so of course they gotta run it back. And that's the best thing to do. Now, I was wrong on the sense because I was thinking the IBF, being as strict as they are, was going to order that. They did order their mandatory, but they didn't go through with it. And I guess they want to work out what's best for boxing, and then another financial package for the mandatory. They already gave him two. They allowed him to fight on two of Charlo's undercards, so that was cool. And so he was able to stay busy, stay active, and get a payday. So that's another form of stepping aside. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just getting a lump sum in your bank account. You know what I'm saying? So that's a different type of way. So that's what's up. So it's looking like we're gonna get this in February. That's what's up, man. And it should be like maybe a hometown fight for Charlo. He never fought at home as a champion. The last fight was in San Antonio, but that's way different from Houston. You know what I'm saying? So that's good news, man, for boxing fans because we know how the sanction bodies can mess up big time fights. We want this fight, and it's looking like we're getting it. Well, let me run down this mandatory situation. So, up next in the rotation, it'll be the IBF. Backterm Matuzaliev. He been mandatory for about 2 years. He was actually J Rock's mandatory, and he was scheduled to face off against Jason Rosario like November or September of 2019. But Rosario, he came up injured he came up injured, quote unquote, with a right hand injury, and then next thing you know, Jerry Hurd turned down the rematch clause for J Rock, and then Rosario get the fight, beats J Rock, then so on and so forth. So this guy been waiting. He was training with Virgil Hunter. Not sure about that right now. I'm not sure. I heard Virgil Hunter was going through some situations. I'm not sure. I can't speak on it. But I seen him in the gym with Buddy McGirt in Buddy McGirt's gym. So I mean that'd be a good fit too. He's managed by Igor Klimas. That's one of the better managers in the sport of boxing. He got Lomachenko, he got Usyk, he got a bunch of guys. Besputin, he got Zanabek who just fought last weekend. So he's definitely in good hands. His promoter is main events. So these guys haven't been putting on a lot of shows. They only really got three fighters that I can remember. They still got Kovalev, they got Cassius Chaney, they got this kid right here, or they got Evan Holyfield. They work with Evan Holyfield. So they really don't got a lot of stuff. You haven't seen some shows from these guys. So maybe they are willing to take another financial agreement, but we'll see. So he's next in line. And then you have the WO mandatory Tim Zoo, who's coming off a good performance last week over Takashi Anyway. That was last Wednesday. Pulling a great performance, man. Dominated all 12 rounds. And Takashi Anyway, he was normally an aggressive type of fighter. He was kind of on the back foot, kind of hesitant. And Tim Zoo put on a good performance. And if you want to compare performances, take a look at what Jaime McGill did versus Anyway, and then take a look at what Tim Zoo did. It was a totally different fight. It wasn't really competitive, to be honest. So his mandatory is due in February, so that makes sense. Maybe he'll get another fight in. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he'll come to the states and get a fight, just a welcome to the states, so people can start getting to know him a little bit better. But I mean, he's been improving real well. Good boxer puncher. Like he is a threat. You know what I'm saying? He's a top five, top six guy at 154 right now. So that's saying a lot. He's improved a lot. If you guys haven't watched him fight, you know what I'm saying? Real good. Andrew Charles in the building. What's good, bro? Salute. All right, stand at 54 at these mandatory. So we're gonna go to the WBC route. So Lubin is the mandatory. Actually, he won two title eliminators, but um, they about to make him fight another one. Um, so the best thing for him, for me, just to stay busy. He been staying kind of active, since he got stopped by Charlo. Been looking real good. Got with Coach Cunningham. I think he should stay active. I know they ordered him to face the winner of this fight right here. This next week. This on the Tank Davis undercard. You got Sergio Garcia versus Sebastian Fordora. I'm sorry, Sebastian Fordora. So Lumina he'll take on the winner of these guys, and then he'll eventually get his shot. So that might be like two or three fights down the road. So what I say to these young fighters, just stay active, bro. You know what I'm saying? Activity can be your worst opponent, real talk, especially when you gotta, you're going coming off these long layoffs and you gotta face a top competition, maybe even not top competition, and you struggle in fights. I think you should just stay active. But yeah, he's definitely in the bottom of the list for the mandatory in the rotation. What's good, Chris M? Salute. What fights getting set up under the radar? I mean, I know Virgil got one. I'm gonna talk about Virgil. He got some coming up. Jamel Herring's supposed to have some coming up too, but they waiting on official word. It's a lot, man. Just name off some fighters. I might do better if you name off fighters. But salute to you, bro. All right, so we'll see. But I want to go back to Charlo and Castano real quick. Yo, this is a case where fighters can actually make the fights if they want it. Now I know a lot of people say you gotta go talk to Al and this and that. Listen, Charlo pushed for this fight. I heard somebody say Charlo wasn't pushing for this fight. They was lying to y'all. The truth wasn't in them at this point right here. Charlo always was pushing for this fight. He just had to work around these mandatory situations. And then they got out the way. I think it's a good fight. So that's a lesson. Like these fights can get made. And Charlo did not want to fight the IBF mandatory. He was going to go a different route. You know what I'm saying? So props to him for this one right here because he actually pushed for the fight. And on the contrary, people were saying he wasn't, which they was just either they didn't know or they was just lying. One of the two. So I just said it wasn't knowing, but you never know. But yeah, so hopefully we'll get this fight in February. Top of that be one that probably the biggest fight to start off the year. So I'm with it for sure. You said David Avenesian. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's one more. So the WBA. So they might be like maybe last or I forgot. Maybe they third in the rotation, but they got a eliminator coming up. A good fight. Michael Soro versus Israel Madrinov. That should be December 17th on the zone. Haven't been announced officially, but it's coming. Stay tuned. This a good fight. And this another one. This be another mandatory for Charlo. So he gonna have three mandatories off the rip. The WC, he probably can wait for that. That's a PBC type of those fights are PBC guys, so he can kind of wait and kind of stall out, that one. But the IBF is ready to go, WO is ready to go, and these guys after this fight in December, they're gonna be ready to go. So yeah, bro. Once you get all those belts, these mandatories start running at you. You know what I'm saying? Coming out the blue. So that's what's up. If Mel wins, what's next for him? Will he stay at 54, especially if they're planning on Spence? That's a good question. I'm not sure if he stays. Um, I think he probably would take the biggest fight available if he stay at 54. It can be one of those welterweights moving up. That's even look, Danny is a big fight. You know what I'm saying? Name recognition. That's a big fight on a kind of lower scale. You never know if Bud might want to come up there and face him. Um, Tim Zoo is a big fight. And Tim Zoo is a big fight. I'm not sure if Tim Zoo giving out that much money like his team said they are. They said it was giving out 10 million. I don't know about that, but that's a big fight name recognition wise. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Which other route was Mel planning to go? Retirement. Retirement. Hanging up his jersey in the rafters. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was. Or maybe not like basically he wasn't gonna fight that. He'd rather do that than fight that guy. So maybe he would have moved up. So I wouldn't say he was gonna retire altogether. But if he was forced in the corner, maybe he'll pick that option instead of fighting the guy. So we'll see though. We'll see. All right, so we moving on. Next topic. So we're gonna talk about Big Bro. Jamal Charlo. This is a fight right here I've been wanting for a long time. Jamal Charlo versus Demetrius Andrade. Like to me, all this back and forth stuff, it hurt the sport. You know what I'm saying? You know, they gonna hold something against what Andrade did a long time ago, then back and forth. Man, forget all that. This fight need to happen. Both guys are free of mandatories right now. Jamel Charlo haven't had a mandatory since he became WBC champion at 160. So he been free. Andre, he don't have a mandatory yet. It's one pushing for it. Janabek is pushing to be his mandatory, but it don't necessarily have to happen. Now I seen in the news where Eddie Hearn is petitioned to the WBC to order the fight, similar to what they did for what Boots, well, excuse me, what Bud asked for at the convention. Same thing what they did with Kovalev and Adonis Stevenson. So maybe they do that, maybe they don't. I'm not sure, but this is a fight that has to happen. You know what I'm saying? Two undefeated guys can sell the fight, got bad blood. Both guys got styles that's going to complement each other because they're going to come to fight. You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of running around the ring. I know, like, Demetrius Andre is not the typical southpaw. He's sitting right there in the pocket. He can get clipped with something or he can clip you with something. He coming to get it. So, and Maul Charlo is very patient and consistent with his work. Got one of the best jabs in boxing, and he's good in exchanging. So that's a big fight, man. I don't know why. I know why it's not happening, but it's just crazy how at this the sport that we love so much, we can't get these fights like that. But hopefully they come to some resolution, and we'll see. But this is a big time fight. You said Janabet. What's up, Bruce? Goes salute, salute. So yeah, speaking on Janabek, so Janabek he pushed to as soon as this fight ended Saturday, his team pushed for to be the mandatory for Demetrius Andrade. So they waiting on word. So we'll see. Demetrius Andrade team pushed to be the mandatory for Charlo. So I feel like Demetrius Andrade deserve a big fight, in my opinion. I believe both guys is built for each other and made for each other. And 160 in the division, this a glamour division in boxing history. Right now it's down. The champions not fighting each other up until Triple G and Murata, but they signed that. They basically did that fight like 6 months ago, and they fighting in December. That's crazy. Then you got two guys right here, undefeated guys, and they, you know, what I'm saying it's like they struggling to get in the ring. So we need this fight for sure. But we'll see. You know, what I'm saying we'll see because the guys they've been fighting, like I know who they are, and some of the hardcore fans know, but a lot of people not they're not gonna give them credit for fighting these guys. And you know, it comes a time where they gotta fight each other, bro. Like, let's get it. Yeah, I can see that. Jamal versus Lecky. I can see that. Jamal versus Lewis Arias. Guys like that. Yeah. Um yeah. You said source. Yes, sir. Yep. I don't know. If you're looking for a source over here with LW, you don't know me by now, then you might have to go get your own source. Or just wait till it come out for big media. You know what I'm saying? If you don't believe, then you don't believe. I'm not gonna make you believe. Like you ain't telling me no sources of why you here. Like who sent you over here? When people ask me for sources, That's like me asking you for your debit card with the PIN number. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is. So go ahead and drop your PIN number, your debit card. You know what I'm saying in the chat, and then I'll give you my source for sure. What's Fresh BX in the building? Stormy B Man in the building. What's good? Andre, what's good, bro? Salute. He said I'm asking. Yeah, I'm asking him. Okay. Oh no. Okay. No problem. I'm just saying, just in case, if you was asking me, you know what I'm saying, that would have been my answer. But it's all good, bro. Salute. He was asking for a source for Chris M. I salute. I don't know if that's a source. Like, I don't know. Okay, y'all can deal with that's what's up. But like when I just want to say this. When you he said, did you hear the news about they fighting on December 18th. Yeah, that's a good fight. D-Lo, what's good, bro? Salute. So yeah, when you ask a guy, like, well, I know you wasn't talking to me, but I'm just putting it out there in the air. Salute to you, bro. El Gallo, appreciate that. But when you ask like somebody like me, we getting a lot of information. He asks for a source. That's kind of like a especially if I give you something before and it came out like it happened like the way I said it was gonna happen, and you got that shit like a 2 or 3 days before everybody else started talking about it. That's kind of like a slap in the face, bro. Because I can get the same information everybody else get, but the reason why I can put it out or reason why I'm confident with my shit because of the integrity I got. So I like to maintain that. You feel me? But you was talking to my man Chris, so it's all good. It's all good. No problem. All right, moving on. My next one. So, Vergil Ortiz, he got a date, January 22nd. So, at the WC convention, David Avenesian team was asking to fight Vergil Ortiz for Eliminator, WBC Eliminator. But then that's when Vergil was like, he's fighting on January 22nd. So he don't have an opponent yet. I got one guy I want to bring up in this, what I'm saying, one of my guesses, you know. But yeah, Vergil Ortiz is a hot contender. He's not a prospect no more. You can't call him no prospect. He's a contender. He's right there. He may be top five, top six welterweight right now. He high in every sanctioned body. I think he's number one in the BC, number one in the WO. He got like a top five in the other two. I can't remember off top. No, he's number two in the WBA. So he's right there for a title shot. So that prospect shit is out the window. But we're gonna see. He's in a transitional period right now because he getting a new coach. Now, a lot of times we get a new coach, you want at least a fight or two just to get adjusted. So that's what I think he may do. He may take a fight just to get adjusted to his new coach. I know it came out that he's gonna fight. He's going to hire Eddie Reynoso as a trainer. I don't think so. I think he's going to hire Manny Robles. We're gonna see. That's my guess for him. But I think his pops, Virgil Senior, is going to take a bigger role in the preparation and training camp and stuff like that. Manny Robles is a good trainer. He guided Andrew Ruiz to the become unified champion. He's been around for a long time. I think he trains Charles Martin, so you're gonna see him versus Luis Ortiz, and he's just a good, solid coach, and he's in the LA area where he can get a lot of good sparring for Vergil Ortiz. So I think that actually a good move, and he's not like you know, he ain't one of those guys that's ego driven. Not saying Robert Garcia was. I'm just saying he's not like that either. So it'd be easier to work with, in my opinion. So that's why I think it's gonna be in his corner. You feel me? Um, he said they can do that petition WC for a title fight. Yeah, they can. They did that before. They did it with Kovalev and Don Stevenson. They did it with Leo Santa Cruz with Garrett Russell. Yeah, they can do that. Only the WBC though. So you go to the WBC and ask for that. They can do that. But the other sanction bodies, I'm not sure. He said anything on Josecito Lopez. No, I haven't heard nothing on him. Now I can see him coming back the top of the year. Names like Ava Ramos come up to me. Even a name like Jesus Ramos at 54. My man Josito's been at 47 for a while. He a tall guy. Maybe a fight like that. Um, yeah, I can see stuff. I can see something like that for him. But I haven't heard much on him. What's up, Ali? Salute, bro. He said, I wonder who's training Virgil. My guess is Manny Robles, but I think it's gonna be more so his dad. But I think they're gonna tag team. He said, perfect. Okay. Takes two or three fights. Yeah, I think so too. Depend on the fighter. Depends on the fighter. This would be Virgil's third coach. He started with Joel Diaz. Then he got Robert. Then I think he's with Manny Robles. You know what I'm saying? Quick in the building. What's good? Salute to you. Salute. That main man knocked down. Maybe a blessing. Oh, the meme machine. Yeah, yeah. I think the reason why he left Robert Garcia is because the scheduling conflict. Robert Garcia went to Oklahoma with Franco that night, where I thought, me personally, I thought he could have went. Well, I understood because Franco was fighting on the road, and he was a away guy, so I don't know. But I know that was one of the reasons. He said, "What's your official pick?" I like Tio in 6 rounds. I like Tio. I think gonna take him a couple rounds to get over the ring rust, and then I think he gonna pick it up. He gonna sharpshoot. Just chilling. I can't call it. I feel you. Salute. So yeah. So the opponent that I think he may face is now this me. There's no sources. You know what I'm saying? This ain't none of that. This me putting shit together. This guy right here, Chris McKinnison. So I know y'all probably like, who the hell is this guy? So he's a UK fighter, matchroom, undefeated. He a southpaw. He's number 4 in the WBO. He's with MTK. Vergil Ortiz is with MTK, so that's an easy fight to make. And Virgil's team, they want to go down. Actually, it really it's a good little fight for him because you got a slick. This guy's a slick boxer. You know what I'm saying? He can box, so it get him ready for that style. Who at the top of the division? You got Spence. He a southpaw. Excuse me, Bud. He a southpaw. You know what I'm saying? He only fought 1 round against Porter as an orthodox, so he's a southpaw. And then Boots. Boots can do it all. He can fight southpaw too. So it's good to get those looks. This guy right here gonna make it ugly for you. Like he gonna box you. He gonna fight aggressive. Then he can move around. He can hold you. He'll do a lot of stuff. But just getting the look, I think that'd be good for him. And I haven't seen Virgil fight a softball yet. So now, although this guy is tricky, he got a tricky style. He's not a big puncher. So that's one of the things where you can still work on some stuff, but you won't have to have the worry and the fear of a big time puncher. So that's just my pick. I think it makes sense to me because of the things I said, and actually everything falls in line. This guy's number 4. They can order that as an eliminator. You know what I'm saying? Once they start moving, like Sean Porter, he was number 2. Once they move him out the way, this kid right here, they can fight for eliminator for Bud and be his mandatory at the end of the year. So, like I said, Vergil Ortiz is in a great situation. Like he's like one fight really away from a world title. Like this fight and his next fight should be a world title fight. Either way he go. Now, Vergil Ortiz, with the option he has, he can go the WBC route and fight Avanesian after this fight, which I think is a good fight. Maybe I think that fight should be in this spot. Actually, that he can be Earl Spence mandatory, and that's a big ass fight. That's a big fight in Dallas. Like that's a fight that I think he'll do real good. So we'll see what he do though. And excuse me, we about to hit December. His fight January 22nd, so he should have an announcement coming up pretty soon. So this kind of interesting to me to see what these guys be doing though, for sure. He said, Bud Ortiz, that's a good fight, man. I'm down for that. McKinson hella slick. I feel Virgil could hurt him. Yeah, he could. It's a good style to get used to, especially if you haven't fought a lot of softballs in your career at this type of level. And he's going to come to win. He kind of got a tricky style like Sando and Martin. And you seen what he did to Mikey. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. So I'd like to see Virgil with either Reynoso or Benavidez. I mean, that'd be cool too. I think him going to Virgil, I mean, excuse me, him going to Reynoso is like going back to Robert Garcia. Like, is he gonna get all the love? You know what I'm saying? I don't know how that shit works. I think this kid, just watching him and hearing him in interviews, he seemed like a low key type of guy. Don't really need the media, don't really need the spotlight. Just want to go train hard and fight. And I like those guys. I wonder what's next for Williams to pay the man. Listen, that guy he's a good fighter. Very good fighter. I think he's a tough out for all those top guys at 35. I would say maybe Ryan Garcia, but I don't know if he want to take that fight. Initially I said he'd be a good fight for Jorge Linares, but Linares left Golden Boy, and he got two eliminators coming up. You know what I'm saying? He got one of the WBC versus Zor Alderlev to be Devin Haney's mandatory. Devin Haney beat both guys. That don't make no sense to me. And then Michelle Rivera in the WBA. So he got 30 days to negotiate with Michelle Rivera, and they're gonna order that fight, WBA eliminator for I guess for Teofimo or I don't know which one it is, but and so I had to put out Linares. I don't know, man. Uh, maybe a guy like I'm reaching a little bit, but I'm gonna throw a name out there. Maybe a guy like uh Mauricio Jester. Y'all remember him, the Filipino southpaw? Then he fought Linares and stuff like that. I'm thinking the guys that fought on Golden Boy side of the street. You know what I'm saying? That'd be a good fight. A guy like Maxie Hughes would be a good fight for this kid. That'd be a real good fight. Maxie Hughes can box. He coming off one of his best. He's coming off his best performance. So yeah, I don't know, but I like the kid though. Buddy McGirt, yeah, he's a good trainer. That'd be a good fit too. Bird ain't got one foot off the game like Mikey. That's facts. That's facts. All right, so my last topic. So this WBC shit, right? This is a heavyweight. So you know they try to consolidate all the belts uh in their divisions. And this is the only division they didn't really touch yet because it was so much drama. You know what I'm saying? He said Vergil ain't got okay, I said that. How you think Top Rank handled Carballo after the Sultan loss? I don't know. Like I ain't heard nothing from the guy. I mean, I guess they did him pretty good because they almost gave him that fight, which that I thought he really lost that fight big. But I think they invested in him, so he should be back. Yeah, there you go. That's the name right there. I can see him in with a guy like that. But we'll see what Top Ray has for Carballo. I don't think it's the end. Okay, so in the heavyweight division, WBA, so you have a bunch of drama. These two been supposed to fight like 3, 4 years ago. So the WBA they ordered this fight again. They have an immediate purse bid. Well, not immediate, but they have a purse bid scheduled December the 9th. So it's a little differences now. Now, it has to be somebody present. You can't do that shit via Skype or Zoom or StreamYard or whatever they use. So you got to be there. Then instead of taking 10%, like you got to pay 10. When you do a purse bid, you got to pay 10%. If you win, you pay 10% of of what you won. Then they got to pay 25%. You feel me? So they try to push for this fight to happen. Now, there been so much drama. Charr was suing Don King. Don King was suing the WBA. So I guess they came to a resolution. The purse split is 50-50. So we'll see who bids on this fight. Don King bid on the fight a long time ago, won it. I think it was like 2 point something million dollars. He didn't pay for it. They slid Stavern in there. Stavern fought Trevor Bryan in January, got slept. Like it was just a bunch of drama. And this belt been cursed since way back in the day. It's been cursed. That tells you we don't need this shit no more. So hopefully this shit comes off, man. Like these guys, man, they worse than Pacquiao and Mayweather. Like I think the years might be 5 years too. So hopefully this shit get made. I love to see Haney versus Pay. That's a good fight. That's a good fight. I got Bryant. Tyron. Yeah, they did them dirty for sure. He said, I think Figueroa got a chance. Yeah, he got a chance to win. Yeah, yeah, no, I agree with that. Um, not only if Fulton fight his fight, but also if he fight a regular fight, like boxing on the outside. Because this guy, he's awkward. He throw punches from different angles. So while you boxing, you gotta be switched on too. So he's dangerous on both ends. Uh, the question I got now, now I always start this, but he's a big guy. Like to make 122, he probably really should be fighting at 130. And I think he may be kind of tight at the weight, struggling to make the weight. That may play a factor. Stephen Fulton is a great body puncher, very subtle, good body puncher, so that can play a role. So it's a good fight, man. I'm not sure. I know he's fighting on Christmas. My guess, right? I can be wrong, but my educated guess, I think he's gonna face. You remember All Rivera, the Filipino? He beat Omar Juarez like in June. I think that was on the Morel undercard. That's why I think he's gonna fight. That's Southpaw. He already said, okay, he moving up. There you go. It might. I don't know. Fulton got a little bit better skills. I think he's a little bit smarter in the ring IQ wise, but we'll see. But yeah, back to this fight. Yo, I hope it happens, yo. But it's a couple of dynamics though. Couple of dynamics in this fight. I see you. Quickly. There's a couple of dynamics I want to talk about this surrounding this division and this sanction body. So, like I said, so much drama. So Daniel Dubois, he was the interim champion. So he's basically the mandatory as well. So like who he the mandatory for? Is it Usyk? I haven't even talked about Usyk. He's a super champion. That's crazy. So who do he fight? Do he wait to fight the winner of this, or do he fight Usyk? I'm not sure. So that's one guy in the hat. Robert Helenius, y'all remember him? He just beat up on Karnacki. He beat him up twice. Um, he's the gold champion. So that fight he had with Karnacki, the last fight was another WA eliminator. Now who he mandatory for? So what it's telling me they should go ahead and do like a little tournament. Helenius versus Dubois. That's a good fight. That's a dangerous fight for Dubois because Helenius seems to be hitting his stride right now. Excuse me, as a boxer, you know what I'm saying? And he already can punch, but that's a dangerous fight. And if he's sticking that jab out there, similar to what Joe Joyce was doing, and he's actually faster than Joe Joyce, and my man ain't moving his head, it's gonna be a problem. But that's what I would do. Order that fight. Let's do some elimination. Get rid of some of these guys. Then you got Michael Hunter. He won an eliminator. So the thing with him, he supposed to fought Herkovich for the IBF eliminator. He skipped out of that, went to the WA route. He fought a cruiserweight, what's his name? Mike Wilson. He stopped him, you know what I'm saying? And that was an eliminator. Then he was trying to fight another guy, Mark Demore, who lost to David Hay back in the day on his comeback trail. He was gonna fight him December the 2nd. New York State Athletic Commission was like, hell no, we're not sanctioning that fight. So Michael Hunter is out of that card. So they got an all heavyweight card December the 2nd. You got Cassius Chaney, he's fighting George Arias. You got Trey Lippy Morrison on that card. He's facing Mike Belong. I can't pronounce his last name. You got the females on that card, heavyweight. You got Hannah Gabriels versus Danielle Perkins. So that's a good decent little card, all heavyweights. So Michael Hunter was supposed to be on that card, but the commission they want to prove his opponent. So what do? He won an eliminator. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So that's why I say it's a lot of drama, and that's why I was like when people were saying Wilder he going to fight I was about to call him Daniel Bryan, Trevor Bryant. Like I was like, where y'all getting this shit from? Y'all must don't know all this drama going into the WA. Like it's a lot of drama. So they trying to clean it up. The first star is Charr versus Bryant. They need to get that shit off the way and get it finished. And those guys should never fight each other again. You know what I'm saying? Never even talk about it. So we'll see how they clean that shit up. Yeah, that's what it is, man. That shit is crazy. It's tricky. It's said Figure War wins fight of the year. No, I don't think so. I think that's Canelo, bro. But I ain't mad at you. I think Canelo got it, but I ain't mad at you. That whip to your vacating for real. I haven't heard nothing about that. If you do, maybe he can go fight Josh Taylor. I'm thinking if he does vacate, well, I know for like a minute his plan before he started messing up his momentum. He was supposed to fight. He was supposed to fight. So after he fought Lomachenko, He was supposed to move up after that to face off against Arnold Barbosa or Pedraza, one of those guys at 140, and then get the winner between Taylor and Ramirez. That was the original plan, but you already know what happened. So he stuck with Cambosis. That's a fight that he really didn't want to do. Like honestly, he stuck in it because he thought he was gonna get the bread and then all the soap opera shit. So yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that for sure. He said Alinas can win for sure. Yeah, the bar is explosive. Yo, he been on some BS. He been on some BS for sure. What happened to Triller heavyweight tournament? Yeah, I mean that card I'm talking about, December the 2nd, is on Triller, but it's not a tournament. It's just a bunch of heavyweight fights. You think that? Nah, they ain't freezing out Joe Joyce. I don't think so. Who you talking about though? Bruce Goes. I don't think he's really getting froze out because he's in a position similar to Vergil Ortiz. He's like real high in all the sanction bodies, except for, but he's not even in the WA. But he's high in the WO. He like the mandatory. At WC, he's number two. So all he really waiting for is the opportunity. So he would get if Usyk win again. Well, the winner between Usyk and AJ, they would have to fight Joe Joyce. So he's waiting on that, and maybe he can slide in and get the Fury fight if Fury don't fight Dylan White. It look like he's not gonna fight him. So yeah, I don't think he's getting. I don't think he's getting froze out. Who has Cambosos knocked out? People thinking, I don't know. Yo, I don't see that happening. I see him being aggressive. I think that's gonna play into To's hand. Like this kid right here, Cambosos has problems with boxers. Like he want to fight, and I think fighting Tio, who is a good counterpuncher and a sharpshooter, that's gonna be his downfall. Let me see. She out here talking about Fury. Yeah, that's a good fight though. That's a good fight. Canelo was favoring all three. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. But Neri wasn't a champ. Well, he was a champion. I'll take that back. Yeah. You're right. Okay. I would give it to Canelo because I thought Alamea beat Neri. That's one. But I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah. If he go in here and dominate Fulton, yeah. I won't be mad at it. I won't be mad. Who you see Andrew Weeds fighting next? Oh, maybe Robert Hellenius. You know what I'm saying? Maybe him. Yeah. Gotta be him, right? I don't think it's Wilder. I don't think we're gonna see him no time soon. Maybe the summer if he come back. They really don't got too much. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I would like to see him fight the winner between Ortiz and Martin. That makes sense. But if he coming back right now, I would say maybe Hellenius. That's a good fight for him. Well, I don't know. That's dangerous, bro. Because Hellenius, he's been looking good against that style. The bar getting more pushed than Joe. Um, I think because because Joe they wanted the bar to win that fight anyway. He's more marketable, I guess, his style. Joe Joyce could have fought some more though. Like Joe Joyce could have had another fight this year, but he's the one sitting out. He can have fights. I mean, he fought Tackam in June, I think. He could have had another fight. So maybe they're building him up a little bit better because they had the bar on that Jake Paul card. So yeah, I see. But I don't think that's a freeze out though because Joe Joyce can get fights. But yeah, I do agree with his promoter. They ain't really looking out for him like that. All I saw was a 126 box his ears off. Who you talking about? Oh, you talking about Lee Selby? Yeah, he did. Once Theo get the yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I think Fulton gonna win too. I felt he did enough. No, I thought Alameda won his last two fights. Excuse me, in my opinion. I thought he outworked Neri and he outworked Leo, in my opinion. Now those fights was close, and I understand what it was, but the jab against Neri was on point. Like he was jabbing his head off, and Neri wasn't really doing too much, but it is what it is. I hear a rumor that tell former man, oh yeah, I seen that. We'll see. He's the new money man. Lee Selby. Yeah, I thought Lee Selby won. Man, Broderick in the building. What's good, bro? No, it's all good, bro. Salute. All good. It's all good. But yeah, y'all got any more questions? Feel free. But we'll see, man. With Andrew Weeds, that's interesting. He should be coming back the top of the year. I'm not sure who he'll face. There's a lot of guys in the heavyweight division that I would like to see him face. But if you narrow it down to PBC side, it's not really, because half of them dudes is fighting. They fighting on the January 1st card. So and he talking about coming back in January, February. So it won't be one of them. I mean, the Michael Hunter fight sounds good to me. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. He said nobody want to sign Farmer right now. I don't know. I know he a free agent. You think Allen? Yeah, I think so, bro. I thought he beat. Hold on, let me go back to my man. He said nobody want to sign Farmer. It looked. I mean, I think Farmer might do the free agent shit. You know what I'm saying? He might do the free agent. Yeah, I felt like Alameda will edge that fight out, bro. I did. Nah, he's not a free agent, not that I know of. I know he ain't count with Donaire, so we'll see. Alameda is actually fighting this weekend on the Figueroa undercard, Figueroa Fulton undercard. I think it's gonna be off TV though, but he's like a stand-in replacement opponent just in case somebody pull out. So, for example, let's say let me knock on wood though, because I don't want this to happen. Let's say somebody in the main event pull out. So Raisa Salim gonna move up to that spot, you know what I'm saying? And then Alameda probably take his spot. Or if a Raisa Salim opponent pull out, Alameda gonna move up to that spot. You know what I'm saying? So they're just gonna do some musical chairs and shit to save the show. You feel me? So, but yeah, man, that's what it is, man. If y'all don't got nothing else for me, man, I appreciate. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to close it out. I appreciate it though. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to drop some couple of news and notes and stuff like that. Feel free to check out the playback. You know what I'm saying? Leave any comments and stuff like that. I appreciate it. If you guys got any questions, like for real offline, y'all can hit me on my social media for real. How you feel about Crawford got the clout to free agent like the fans want? I mean, listen, to me, it don't make a difference if he a free agent or not because that Spence fight probably got further away than it was when he was with Top Rank, knee deep with Top Rank. That's some inside shit y'all probably wouldn't even get. Um, I'm cool with it. I really don't care as long as he stay active. I'd rather see him stay active than really care about who he fighting with. Um, I guess he in a good position, and it ain't really so much the promotion company. It's just what he's doing around his team. Like what went under the radar, nobody's talking about is he signed with a sports management company that's working with other athletes. I think it's called something like GSE management. That's a big deal because that shit's some worldwide shit. I know he in cahoots with MTK, so I'm not sure what's the extent of that. It actually made the fight kind of harder because now some people may say, well, the numbers. If you look at his numbers, you'll say, well, he don't deserve an even split or any type of split with Earl Spence. But if you look at the behind the scenes business moves he's making, he gonna get that shit if they ever fight. Which I think that's a fantasy fight. You know what I'm saying? You probably have better chance convincing me Sugar Ray Robinson gonna fight Floyd Mayweather than this fight happening. Real talk, because I already know the inside shit, and it's not Bud's fault. You know what I'm saying? It's not. I thought it was too. You know what I'm saying? I started digging and shit, but when I started finding out what it really is, I was like, wow, okay, bet. So I had to kind of adjust my shit and say, okay, listen, this fight not happening. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think it's cool. I guess to be a free agent, you can take the highest bid and stuff like that, and hopefully he'll be back in the ring soon. Like he got more options than what you think. Because if you like going to that fight, and my man Roderick, he in the building. If he's still in the building, he'll tell you it was crazy that night. Like it was a lot of people there. That shit wasn't on Wilder Ferry level, but that shit was damn near close. So he bringing the crowd. What people think he not, he really bringing the crowd. That was in Vegas. So he got a lot of options. Real talk. We'll see what he do. Spence, he's cleared the train. Spence has cleared the train, so I know he was working on a fight with Ugas. I think that fight is next anyway. So with or without the WBA, I think that fight is next. So I think he'll be back. Hopefully he'll be back because Spence, like I said, you need all the best fighters in the sport active and being, fighting all the time. My man Kano Local Sports in the building. What's good, bro? Salute. What's good with you? D Ray in the building. What's good? He said I want to see Bud conquer 54. Um, those some tough fights up there. I think that's an option, but some very tough fights up there. How do you see Tank and Cruz playing out? It's gonna be a shootout. It's gonna be a shootout. I think Cruz. Oh well, hold on, let me think about it. I think no, I take that back. It ain't gonna be a shootout. Cruz gonna come in there tentative. He gonna come in there tentative on the back foot because he gonna respect the power. He gonna respect the power. I think it may look something like Cuellar. He gonna be so tentative. He gonna be so afraid, weary of the power, and he gonna be lined up for something crazy. I'm saying a straight left hand to the body may fold him up, maybe a hook, but I think he gonna be tentative. I was thinking like, because these guys, the way they fought against other guys, they're not gonna fight that way against Tank. You know what I'm saying? He has no advantages in this fight, none. He don't got the speed, the power, the height, the reach. So he gonna be kind of tentative. Then I think if Tank allow him in the fight and let him sit there and bang with him, he'll have some success because that's what he like to do. But I think he gonna be along those ropes getting beat up. I think it's going. It might be early night, 2 or 3 rounds, but we'll see. That's why they fight the fights. Oh, Leo Santa Cruz, yeah, yeah, he supposed to be back. Um, so the WA ordered him to face the winner between Conlon and Lee Wood. That fight is probably likely to happen on St. Patrick's Day in March. So Leo probably come back have like a little tune up. Remember, he ain't fought at 126 in damn near 3 years. It'd be 3 years by the time he fight again. But I think he'll be back. Fox just re up with PBC, so they're gonna start putting on a lot of fights. You know what I'm saying? So for sure. So we'll see. Tank by highlight reel. Yeah, I can see that. He said Bud should stay at 47 until he get tanked. Um, shit. How long would that take? I don't think Bud got that much longer in the sport. I really think he got about 3 fights and it's a wrap. But that don't sound too bad if it depends. Me, I'd rather see Tank try to clean out 35, go to 40 if he can, and clean that out. I mean, and then go to 47. But we'll see. I see what you're saying though. That'd be a big ass fight though, for sure. But but yo, he got a lot of options. His stock just rose. Man, I love the fight. It was a lot of athletic shit going on in that fight. I thought Porter was doing real well with his feet. I always thought the feet would be a, you know what I'm saying, would be a the key to the fight. I think they picked up the last year. They had like an option to pick up the last year, so I think it's just 1 year. Um, 2024. We may see it then. It buzzed still around, so we'll see. No, with Bud though, like his stock is at all time high, and I felt like you know he should get all the credit. I thought both guys fought well. I thought Porter was fighting well. Like honestly, like I was when watching the fight, I had Bud up 5-4, but that fight was close. It could go either way. So I ain't tripping off nobody's scorecard. Um, I felt like when it got to the 10th round, I was saying when I was watching, I was like, yo, man, you gotta pick it up, bro. You gotta pick it up. You gotta pick it up. But when he knocked him down, it kind of shocked me. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't expecting Porter to get what I'm saying to get hurt like that. I thought he was gonna go the whole distance because the way he was fighting. But I seen Bud in the 9th round kind of switch it up a little bit and was a little bit more aggressive with his offense. But Porter did a good job. Yeah, Matisse, yeah, I like him. Hopefully he be back sometime. Any news on Regis? Yeah, I think Regis gonna fight Tyrone McKenna. Probably top of next year. Yeah, so he may fight in Dubai. Tank need that Josh Taylor smoke. That'd be a big time fight. More realistic, I hope. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Ponce just fought last weekend. He got a second round knockout body shot. I don't know if you caught that. So yeah, that's a fight I would love to see. That's a good time. That's a big time fight too. But not letting man get inside and clinch well. Yeah, he was holding a little bit, but that's what you're supposed to do. I thought he was. I thought he did what you're supposed to do. The guy get in. I think it was a little tricky. They was awkward. They was having some awkward clinches because of the footwork. And I thought when he clinched Porter, that's when he's supposed to. But Porter did good though with the stoppage. I thought it was a perfect stoppage, in my opinion. Um, and that shit don't diminish nothing from what Bud did. Kenny Porter didn't take away nothing from what Bud did. Actually, he showed the ultimate compliment. When you fighting a guy like Bud, that's a killer, that's one of the best finishers in boxing. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do that. You will want a coach will want to you want your coach to do that. You know what I'm saying? Now people don't know that about Bud. That's why they're gonna have to go do their research. But he been doing it against everybody at 147. Even Sean Porter, who a lot of people thought he won't be able to do that. He was pushing Sean Porter back too. He was stronger than him. All the stuff they said Bud couldn't do to him, he did it. You know what I'm saying? So if he been doing it against all those other guys, he just did it to him. That's like a red flag to me. Like, yo, he about to put a hurt on my guy. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop it. I'm not mad at the stoppage. I thought it was on point. Now, what he said afterwards, that's a whole different type of shit. You know what I'm saying? He took credit away from his son. He didn't take credit away from Bud. That don't affect Bud. That don't affect his negotiations with any other fighter. That don't do none of that shit. Because he did something that no other fighter did. He dropped Sean Porter twice in 1 round. Nobody ever dropped him twice. He been dropped before, but twice in 1 round, you can't say, what I'm saying, anybody else done that. Was the fight close? Hell yeah, it was close. It was competitive. That's what it's supposed to be. That's what we wanted to see Bud do. A lot of people, and I understood this. We got to see Bud in there with top competition. He was in there with top competition. He got pushed. He got pushed. He switched it, and he stopped him. So, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing more you can say. But definitely, that shit didn't take away. It didn't hurt Bud at all. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see. But definitely, y'all don't keep y'all hopes up for this fantasy fight with him and Spence. I'm telling y'all that right now. That fight probably got further away than it would have happened on top rank side or with working together. That should not happening, bro. even with uh even with him being a free agent, I'm trying to tell y'all, if y'all knew it, y'all would understand what I was saying. But it's like some of the shit, it's kind of hard to break it down because it's like it's kind of like I don't know. It's like when you get information and you probably be like, that shit ain't gonna happen, or I can't believe that. Like my guy was talking about sources. He wasn't talking to me, but he was asking sources because he didn't believe it or he wanted to know proof. You need to show me proof. Showing you proof, you know what I'm saying, and putting it in the public will fuck up a lot of shit. Y'all probably won't look at certain fighters the way y'all look at them. So that's why I just be like, man, that's just a fantasy fight. If I'm saying it like that, it's probably because I dismissed that shit a long time ago. So that's what I see. Matisse versus, I don't think they'll take that fight, but that'd be a crazy fight. Matisse versus Tank, that'd be crazy. He said, "What about the Michael Williams fight? That's a good fight. Both guys are stepping up. That's a good fight, man. Undefeated guys. I think Michael Williams got some skills. If he keep it long, I think he'll have a decent time in this fight. John Bowser, he been on a bigger stage, so he might be used to fighting at that stage better. They fighting the MSG, so I think he'll be used to the stage. But when they fight, when the time that they're gonna be fighting, it's not gonna be nobody in that bitch anyway. So maybe that might not even mean nothing. But Bowser, he got some deficiencies too, but he's a strong guy. He's a good boxer puncher. Both guys are boxer punchers. The difference is Bowser is a southpaw. And I think, you know, he'll have to have his hook on point because Michael Williams Jr. he have his left hand down. So if he can get close to him and he got to throw more than one shot. That's what I'm trying to say. And he may have to lead with the left and finish with the right because that's where Michael Williams have his hands down. Now Michael Williams got the advantage with the height, the range. I think he's a better athlete. He haven't really fought a lot of tough guys, so you can't go look at the resumes. You probably have to pay more attention to what's the guy's skill set. He have the opportunity to do a lot of good things in that fight. So is John Bowser. I would say it's pretty much 50-50. But if I was picking, listen, I would say John Bowser would win that fight. Um, very close. You know what I'm saying? But I can see it going both ways though. But that's a good fight. He said, "What's your thoughts on Paul Crow?" That's a good fight too. Them guys look like brothers. When I seen the post, I'm like, damn, these dudes look like brothers. But I like Paul Crow. I think he got a little bit more. But Dawson, he gonna come to fight. Dawson is staying active too. Ponce, yeah, I seen that. I watched that. I like Spence and Bud, but if Bud don't fight Spence, I think if Spence don't fight Bud, yeah, you got to first, yeah, it's on Spence. It's not on Bud, yo. He shouldn't fight him. Bud going to be 35. No, he should fight him. Whenever he get a chance, he should fight him. But it's not on Bud. It's on Spence. So if Spence don't fight him, but look, Spence got a lot of power. Y'all don't understand. This dude stopped Pacquiao and Mikey, which would have did some big ass numbers. He stopped that shit. Y'all remember Danny? Look, this how I know. I be on some other shit, and a lot of people be missing this. Danny and Porter was supposed to be on pay per view. You know what I'm saying? Spence, he did that shit. Mikey and Pacquiao was supposed to fight in Dallas Cowboy stadiums. Pacquiao's like, how Mikey getting the fight and he just coming off a loss to me? There's a lot of shit behind the scenes y'all don't be knowing, and a lot of people be like they don't want to believe. So when they don't want to believe, then I just say, all right, let me keep my information to myself. Then he said, I knew Bud wasn't going to split decision Porter. My fight of the year. Which one your fight of the year? I missed it. Oh, Michael Williams. That's your fight of the year. Shit, that's what's up, man. My man, Brother. Yeah, see, hey, how was that atmosphere in the building, yo? Saturday. That shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. What's up, Renee Bachon? So I think like, listen, yo, I fell into the same situation. And I'm gonna say this before I get off, man. Salute to everybody too. He said blame E and J. Listen, so I was thinking, you know how like we can get influenced by a lot of people, especially on the social media, because it's entertainment. So if y'all come to my channel every day and I'm talking about mandatories and sanctioning bodies and the shit I talk about, y'all gonna be like, yo, This motherfucker, he on it. So he know I'm gonna go to him for this. I'm gonna go to him for that. So when you hear about the Spence and Bud saga, that shit gets swayed by who you really rock with. It gets swayed. So if you like Bud, of course you're gonna say, Bud been trying to whatever. Same thing if you like Spence, you'll say they gonna bring up 60-40. 60-40 when dudes just talking. So I took all that shit in consideration and I went to do my own shit, right? Listen, these guys never ever negotiated that fight. That tells you everything right there. If you how can you have a fight or any guy trying to make the fight if they never negotiate? That's one. Two, I know Bud's team asked for that fight. They even put shit in the contract for the dude to go get the fight. Obviously, he couldn't get the fight. Now, Spence, he doing his thing on the PBC side, fight all those guys, which I think is outstanding. So it's like when you doing that stuff, and that's your choice to do that. You know what I'm saying? That you can't get mad at Bud for fighting who he fighting, and that's what a lot of people kind of missing the whole dynamic of this shit. That's what he missed. He missed that, and I think if the roles was reversed, Spence would be on the outside looking in. If PBC, I mean Tyrone had all those top guys, and Bud can fight all of them, pick one and fight them, then be Spence on the outside. That's business. So I think when you really look at it, with Spence having all that power, I didn't think Spence had all that power that he has. He a boss for real. Like he's a true star in the sport. I didn't really know how he can really dictate shit like he can, but he Spence got a lot of power, and with that power, you know where I'm going now. Y'all know where I'm going. With that power, he can veto all that other shit. He can veto what the networks is doing because that's a big part of it. Fox wants certain fights or they want to do certain things. He can veto that shit and say, "Nah, I want Bud." It don't even have to be for undisputed. It's just the biggest fight in the sport to make, right? Especially over here, it's a big ass fight. So that's why I say it's not on Bud. Y'all missing it. Y'all missing it. Whenever you have a big fight like this, and if it don't happen, 9 times out of 10, it's the A side. I think Spencer's the A side. He got more leverage than Bud got. Even with Bud being a free agent right now, he still got more leverage because he don't necessarily have to fight Bud. He don't have to fight him. They don't even have to fight each other for the rest of their career. You feel me? So I'm telling y'all, you know what I'm saying? That's why I be trying to, hey, go behind the scenes. Hey, bro, it's not on Bud. Ah, no. And then they, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like the dude, like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna bring nothing else into it, but you know what I'm saying? They don't want to believe. So that's why me being me, I kind of shy away. I probably when I like sometimes I be throwing out information like a rainstorm, right? Just throwing that shit out, boom, 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 and then when motherfuckers don't start believing me and be doubting my shit, they be getting like drops and shit. It be like Sahara Desert out there, bitch. That shit be dry as hell. You rarely get information from me because you know what I'm saying. A lot of shit that I be getting, I know it be 100. That's why I want to give it to somebody to be like, listen. I'm telling you, this about to happen, right? And they be like, how you know? Give me your sources. So I be like, all right, fuck it then. Then we go pull over here to my man Ali. My man Ali, sometimes I be forget about my guy Ali. That's my guy. Let me give it to him. He cool. He never been tripping. So yeah, bro. But yeah, Spence got a lot of power, man. He got a lot of power. A lot of power. He actually I give him props about how he did his career because he went to Al Heyman and he really didn't have no promoter, even though Al Heyman is doing this shit. But um, Spence and his dad, they're doing a good job for as business wise, marketing. How them guys got Dallas on lock. They got a hellified fan base. Like shit, it's 100. I ain't mad at them for that. They doing their thing. But he got a lot of power. He got a lot of power than what you guys think. He can stop fights so he can make fights. And you already see what it is. So I just dropped some hellified gems. Y'all can rewind it, y'all can chop it, cut it up, all that shit. But if I'm wrong, let me know I'm wrong. Let me know. Bring me on the panel and let me know I'm wrong. Let me go back though. I want to make sure I get all the chats. It said Monday quarterback, not knowing I picked. Um, I've been feeling poor the weaknesses plays. Oh, when he jump in, he was like in that fight with Bud, like he was just missing that uppercut. You know what I'm saying? Every time Porter jump in, he was just missing. I think he landed a couple shots to the body too. But I feel you. Fire of the year, okay. I ain't mad at that. I think it's between Chocolatito and Estrada or Wilder and Fury. But I'm with you though. That was a good fight. And he's the most versatile fighter on the inside. 60-40, 70-30. That shit gonna be 0-0. Knockout of the year. My knockout of the year is right now as it stands, it's Callum Smith over Lennon Castillo. That's mine. Canelo. Yeah, I think Canelo got fired of the year. But my guy, yo, these guys in the chat made some good ass points though about Figueroa. If he can win that, listen, I won't be mad. But I think Canelo got it on lock. I think Reynoso got it on lock for coach of the year. What about Bob Arum saying both parties was on talking terms before the accident? Yeah, talking terms, but it was never like no negotiations. Like from what I got, it was never that. Yeah, of course they I know they asked for like the availability of Spence. But they was like he not available. You know what I'm saying? And then you look at the time. This is like 2019. This was when they first got the Fox deal. He really wasn't available per se, but he didn't have to fight Mikey. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to fight um Porter. But I ain't mad at those fights though, honestly. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. That shit is water under the bridge for sure. I'm telling you. I'd be surprised if that fight happened. Oh yeah, those good fights too. Yep. Ramirez Taylor, I forgot about that one. Charlo Castano, that's another good fight. It's been some good fights. Man, 2021 been a good year for boxing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he got a lot of power in those PBC streets. Josh Taylor fight of the year. Uh, uh. You'll give a guy fight of the year for just having one fight this year? That's interesting. That's interesting though, bro. My man said, "Yep, yes sir." He said, "But if Crawford was trying to have that on his contract, wasn't that on Aaron?" Yeah, it's on him too. Yeah, I'm with you on that too. I believe Bob Aaron messed up a lot of stuff too. You know what I'm saying? He messed it up. He messed it up. But when you say, but listen, look at what Spence be saying though. He said he wanna get all the belts, right? So excuse me, he wanna get all the belts, but then he fights Danny Garcia who didn't have no belt. Me coming off that accident, I was kind of skeptical, but when he said he was right, I said okay. The man said he right. Derek James said he right. I wanted Pacquiao. That's the fight I wanted. So if that's what I'm saying, knowing Spence with the power that he has, he could. I wanted that pack. I wanted that Pacquiao fight. That would have been for three belts. Then it would have got closer. But he fought Danny. That was a tune up. That's an unofficial tune up. They're not gonna tell you all in public, but that y'all seen that fight. So what was the purpose of fighting Danny? And don't say he was the mandatory because Quadratilo been mandatory before him. You feel me? So and he got enough leeway to say I'm not fighting him. I'm gonna fight Pacquiao. Then I know it was up to Pacquiao, but Pacquiao wasn't talking about fighting Spence until after the car crash. So he would have took that fight. I mean, he started to fight him, saying this summer. So I don't know. It's tricky. You know what I'm saying? You can look at it both ways. Now, by no means I'm saying that Spencer's scared to fight, but I'm not saying that. But I'm saying he had, if it was, he really wanted to push for the fight and get it, he can get it. Like right now, he can get that shit. Like that's what I'm saying because I think because of the position he in, he can get that shit. He can get that fight whenever he wanted to. You know what I'm saying? But it's fantasy fight. I like Spencer that fight. He said Spence like a mini Canelo. Yeah, A side leverage comes with A side. Yeah, for sure. I'm with that. I understand all that, bro. Yeah, for sure. Still may lose Charlo. Okay. I know Castano said he want to fight Spence after that. Jerry Jones gave him a gave him the pass. I don't know. There was three knockdowns. You better give me a shout out with the figure. Oh, hey, I'm with you. Hey, I got you for sure. Wilder should pull a Fury. Have two. Yeah, he should. Castano. Yeah, yes sir. Castano the rematch. Oh yeah, that's a good fight too, bro. That's why I like the chat, bro. I like that. Apochi Glanton. That's a good ass fight. They gotta run that fight. Taylor had to deal with almost getting robbed in another country. I scored that fight. Damn, how I have that shit. I had a 7 rounds to 5. So I thought 14. I thought it should have been 115, 111. But he said good year. Seems like yesterday you were saying it was frustrating year with all these fights being called. Yeah, it's frustrating. But you see when the shits got rolling, you know what I'm saying? I'm a fickle boxing fan too. You know what I'm saying? The last these last couple of months been nice. Like Ugas and Pacquiao. September we had damn, can't remember September. That shit been going by so fast. I know for a fact November, November this year been crazy, and December about to be crazy. So yeah, you right. On the other hand, COVID, all these fights was getting messed up. Teofimo, we got Fulton Figueroa got pushed back. Excuse me, Benavidez got pushed back. So yeah, you right. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna change my mind too. Just like they be changing their mind with these fights. Yes, sir. My man Chris. He said come back with an injury with our tune up for fight schedule for right. Yeah, I'm with you. I got Fulton Fulton by decision. I hope so. That's the fight I want. That's one of the best fights to be made in boxing. No, it's all good, bro. Nah, it's all good. It's really, like if you look at the fights we had, the knockouts, uh, the upsets. Shit, how many great upsets we had? We had a lot of upsets. We had a lot of drama. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's been a good year. Oh my bad. My mic went out. I like Teofimo. Appreciate that. I like Teofimo in that fight. I don't think. I don't think Spencer fight Charlo. I think he'll fight Castano. Said he was just messing. Okay. So yeah, no, I think if Castano win, I can see Spence fighting him. I think Spence would be dope at 154. I think he got the size, the speed. I think he'll be overall better. I want to like he got to be tight at the weight. I know he makes it fine, and I'm never going to say the weight is an issue because the guy can fight his ass off. But it comes some point of time where he got to be thinking like, "Yo, I need to move up." Because look, this guy he had a couple of fights above 147. Doing come on his come up, but all his championship fights. So since he won his title and was winning the eliminators, I would say started the Chris Algieri fight. That was like 2016. He been making the weight. So going on 6 years. Damn. And then you take into account that in his amateur days he was 152. I, it might be time for him to move up. You know. Yeah, that'd be a good fight. He beat him in the amateurs. That don't really mean too much, but that'd be a good fight. Good styles. But yeah, I'm about to close it out, man. Salute to everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit the like button if you haven't. Subscribe. Follow me on my social media, Twitter at OverJ, Instagram L Does Boxing. Hopefully everybody got some up out of this like I did. Feel free to go listen to the playback or y'all can take anything out of this. Feel free. I don't care. Because I do this for, just to share knowledge, chop and screw this shit. That's all good. But yeah, that's my time right there, and I'm out.